Hello and welcome to my first episode of my Let's Play series for the game Final Fantasy X. And this is an older game, I believe it was made in about 2002, which means it's about 9 years old by the time I'm making this, but it's still pretty good. And despite being an older PS2 game, I think it actually still looks pretty good. And it's got one of the better stories of the more recent games. Now, the way I'm going to be playing this is, instead of using an emulator on my PC, I am actually playing this on a PlayStation 2, feeding it into a video capture card, and that's being recorded onto my PC. So that's why the video quality is going to be a little bit below average. A little bit lower than I wanted it to be. Fortunately, it's the best I can do at the moment, because I don't really trust the PS2 emulators. They don't really work that well. I don't want to get too far into this game and find that the emulator has some sort of error that screws it up. Now what we're looking at is a scene that's fairly well into the game. A good ways into the game, and it's kind of a new thing that you don't see in Final Fantasy. Here we are, we have basically the full cast of central characters here. We don't know who any of them are right now, but there they are, and it's a bit of a weird view into the future of the game. Slow fade. Surprisingly detailed and well modeled for a PS2 game.
Listen to my story. This may be our last chance.
And there we have the main title of the game, Final Fantasy X. This is the first Final Fantasy game released for the PlayStation 2. The first of, I guess you could say 3 if you count Final Fantasy 11. 10, 11, and 12 all came out for the PS2. Now we're going to go back to the present where the game is actually going to start. And it's going to be in a very different setting. It's more of an urban setting. People are dressed very different. And appears to be more technologically advanced. Whoa, what the hell? Some little ghost child? Enter the protagonist. Now remember, we saw him a few seconds ago in that little foreshadowing scene in the beginning. Now, something you'll notice different from the earlier Final Fantasy games is we're controlling this guy on a 3D environment rather than just a pre-rendered environment. Although there are a few pre-rendered environments in this game, most of them are fully 3D like this, and we can maneuver around them. And voice acting!
Can I have your autograph?
Of course.
Okay, that didn't quite work right, did it? Now you can rename this guy. I'm going to stick with the default name of Tidus.
Nothing to worry about. Oh, if I score a goal, I'll, do this. That will mean it was for you, okay? What seat?
He's blocking the front row. It's from the right.
Got it.
Okay, we have some other people we can talk to.
Can you sign this?
No prob.
Please?
Alrighty.
Me too.
Take it easy. Well, gotta go. Cheer for me.
2, 3. Teach us how to blitz.
Hey, I got a game to play.
Then teach us after.
Maybe tonight, well,
You can't tonight.
I mean tomorrow.
Promise?
Promise.
Okay. That weird little symbol they're doing is a symbol for victory in the sport that Tidus plays. Tidus is like a big sports star, a rookie, but still a sports star, in a game called Blitzball, which is a weird combination of soccer and water polo. But he's like the star of his team, and that was the symbol for victory. This man here on the wall is Tidus' father. His name is Jekt. Very urban environment.
I was in a coffee shop running away from home when I heard the news. Our hero, Jekt, gone. Vanished into thin air. My dad must have been his biggest fan. I knew how sad he'd be. Heck, we all were that day. Zanar, I says to myself, what are you thinking? I went running straight back home. We sat up talking about Jekt all night. My dad and I never talked so much. Whoa. Didn't mean to reminisce, folks. Anyway, 10 years later, the Jekt Memorial Cup tournament is today. The two teams that have won through to the finals are, of course, the Abes from A East and the Duggles from C South. I know there's a lot of people out there today to see the star of the Abes. In just 1 year, he's become the team's #1 player. He's Jekt's blood and the new hope of Blitzball. What kind of super play will he show us today? Will we see his father's legendary shot? I don't think I'm the only one excited here, folks.
How about that? Tidus' father was also a Blitzball player, and he's like legendary. He's like the Roger Maris or something of Blitzball. And Tidus, well, it seems as though he lives a little bit in his shadow.
Make way, make way! Coming through, sorry.
You gotta push through these people.
Hey, I'm gonna be late.
If you do nothing, he'll wander up on his own.
Hey, let go of me.
But you have to get through this pool of water standing on the wall. And then they don't follow you. Now we're about to have a very, well, detailed and action-packed CG scene. Now we're about to see a game of Blitzball in action. I'm not going to be able to control it though, because this is a pre-rendered scene, but get the idea. People love this Blitzball. That looks like a dangerous place to stand, doesn't it? Whoa. Is that a tsunami or something? That can't be good. This looks violent. Oh. Sure you're just gonna kill that guy? Oh, damn. That can't be good. Whoa! The city's being destroyed. This is a pre-rendered background. One of the examples of that in this game. Now we have control of Tidus. If I'll eventually take control of it. There we go.
Orin! What are you doing here?
I was waiting for you.
What are you talking about?
What's that guy that was standing on the ledge? Alright.
Huh?
Needless to say, a lot of weird stuff is happening.
It begins.
It's that ghost child.
What?
Don't cry.
Wasn't gonna. Nope.
What the? Huh?
I think you have bigger things to worry about right now.
Wait! Hey, not this way.
Look.
Loaded a little slow there.
We called it sin.
Sin?
You've seen this before. Oh. It's shedding a bunch of little monsters. Just keeps getting worse and worse. Champion Blitzball player doesn't seem to be very good at fighting.
Take it. A gift from Jet.
My old man?
think it's pretty obvious that he doesn't. You'll also notice something, this is going to be a first battle, that he uses the wrong edge of the sword when he attacks.
Don't matter. We cut through.
Now what you gotta do at this point in the game is just attack these monsters enough so you can get past them. We're not gonna try and kill all of them. So let's take out this one here, and we'll move through into another battle. Now we're gonna need to take out both of these. Now the way this battle works is a little bit different than the previous Final Fantasy games, which used the active time battle. This is more of a conditional time battle, because there is no time gauge that fills up constantly whether you're choosing moves or not.
Don't bother going after all of them. Cut the ones that matter and run.
If you look to the right of the screen, when it's our turn to move, of course, you'll see there a list of pictures along with monster D, A, C, B, and E. That is the order in which they will attack. So you want to go and choose monsters that are going to attack before your next turn. In this case, it's all of them. So that way, you'll have a good chance of getting the next move. Also, different commands either slow your character down or speed them up. Like if you use an item, it speeds your character up so you're more likely to be the next attacker, if you know what I mean. It may be a little confusing on me when I describe it like that, but you'll get the point a little bit. Okay, we have our first boss battle here. We're also going to have our first overdrive ability. Demi. If you remember from the other Final Fantasy games, this is a spell that lowers your HP by a percentage. It can't kill you, but it can do a lot of damage.
Some can't wait to die.
Now we have overdrive. An overdrive is like a limit break in the older games. In this case, we have Auron's overdrive. Dragon Fang. You have to enter these commands before time runs out. And there we go. A lot of damage, a lot of enemies. And now it's just a boss left. Sin Spawn aims. Now if you remember, Auron referred to the monster that attacked the city's called Zanarkand, by the way. The monster that attacked Zanarkand was called Sin. Oh, we have Tidus' overdrive. This one you just have to, time that right. Well, anyway, the monster we're fighting now is Sin Spawn, a kind of monster that falls off of the main monster. The spawn of Sin. And they make up a lot of the bosses in the game, as you can probably tell. Now this boss is a little underwhelming. Probably a good thing because so early in the game, you can't have a monster that's invincible. But this one isn't physically capable of killing you. Just not gonna happen. Don't worry if you can't figure out what's going on right now. You're not supposed to be able to. You're supposed to be confused with this happening. No, now you'll notice that Tidus is so fast that the battle's over. But he would have been able to attack twice before Sin Spawn Ames was able to attack his next turn. Okay, we defeated our first boss, the unlosable boss. We're going to move. This is not the way to go. On the other side of this, we'll have our first save point. Traveler's Sphere. You can save, and I'm going to be saving an inordinate amount of times during this game, because every time I save, I'm going to stop the capture device and make sure that I'm actually recording. So I'm going to save a crap load of times more than you normally see me doing. I just want to explain that now and get that out of the way. This is a huge city. Very advanced technology and all that. I kind of like the architecture too. Although I don't understand why the roads have
What
no
are you
cars.
laughing at, old man? Lauren, let's get out of here.
We're expected.
Huh?
You care to explain
Give me
yourself?
a break, man.
Warren just keeps talking nonsense. Although he clearly knows more than he's letting on. Oh, wow. That's gonna be a problem. Quite a few targets to choose from. Okay, when wings start to flicker, that means it's getting ready for a more powerful attack. So it should be the next enemy that you attack. You know, just to get it out of the way so you're not going to be hit by its more powerful attack. So let's do that. Okay, I specifically spines, that was the attack that it did. Apparently I avoided attacking it just so I could show you what that looked like.
This could be bad. That! Knock it down!
What?
Trust me, you'll see.
Oh look, they do have cars. It's not just a lot of foot traffic on these highways. Okay, at this point, don't bother attacking those little bastards anymore. Just hit the truck. Do as I say, not as I do. I'm going way out of my way to not follow my own advice. Even though you're horribly outnumbered, don't worry about it. You can crush these things. Very weak. And that did it. Oh, buildings coming down. That was your plan? Really? You crazy bastard.
Go.
What if there are people in that building? And now what's he gonna do? Run across it? Oh. Oh, that can't be safe. Wow, that is an incredible jump. These guys could join the Olympics.
Lauren! Lauren!
Oh, it's getting out of hand. Getting sucked into something.
You are sure? This is it. This is your story.